There you go.
My name is Laura, and
Hi, Laura.
I'm from the Diocese of Parramatta. My question for you is, what would you say to young people that find it difficult to express our faith at school or in our everyday lives?
Sure. Thank you. Did y'all hear the question? It's a good one, everybody, because what we want to do is avoid two extremes. The question was, how do we express our faith publicly? How do we not be embarrassed by it? How do we kind of let other people know that we're Christians, we're Catholics, we're believers? We have to avoid two extremes. On the one extreme, we want to avoid being obnoxious about it. You've met those kind of people, right? In the United States, we call them Bible thumpers. I don't know if you have met Bible thumpers or not. Bible thumpers are those who drive you crazy telling you that they're believers. And they can put us off. We Catholics traditionally are much more meek and a little bit reticent about being too dramatic about expressing our faith, and that's not bad, because we want to avoid the extreme of knocking people over the head with our faith. So there's one extreme. The other extreme, though, is never talking about it. Never talking about it. Here's my advice. That instead of immediately being explicitly religious, we captivate and fascinate people with two virtues: joy and peace. Joy and peace. If people with whom we go to school, with whom we work, in our neighborhoods, among our families or friends, if people see that we have joy, and I don't just mean giddiness, but a deep down joy, if they see that we're a happy person, and if they see that we are a person of peace, especially in times of trial, then they began to say, I wonder what it is that gives her that joy and that peace. Because everybody, you don't have to be religious, everybody wants joy and peace. If they see us joyful, if they see us peaceful, they're going to say, I want to be like her. I want to be like him. Are you all familiar with the martyrs of Libya? It was just a year and a half ago. Do you remember? They were Christians from Egypt. Remember the story? There were 21 of them. And they had left, they were Christians in Egypt, and they had left Egypt to fight. And they went to Libya. And in Libya, Islamic extremists captured them and kidnapped them and tortured them for a month or so, telling them that they needed to renounce their Christian faith and that they needed to become Muslims. They gave up, and after a month, they took them along the seashore and they beheaded each of them. And as they beheaded them, each of the people, and these were just, they'd be the first to say we're not saints, they are now. These were just day in, day out men in their 20s who were hard workers and who wanted a job and had heard they were hired in Libya. They wanted to go there so they could send money home for their families and to save a little. And they were beheaded. And each of them, as he died, said, Jesus save me, Jesus save me. Now here's my point. There were 21 of them. 20 of them were Christian. The 21st one was from Chad, not in Egypt, in Chad. And he was captured by mistake, because he was not a Christian. He wasn't a Muslim either. He was nothing. But he was captured, and he spent a month with the 20 Egyptian Christians. And when they came to him, they said, if you renounce Christ, you can live. He said, well, I'm not a Christian. And they said, oh. But then he pointed to them, the 20 beheaded bodies, and he said, but their God is my God. Their God is my God. He was so impressed by their quiet faith and their joy and their peace in that terrible situation that at the last moment of his life, he said, I want their God. I need their God, even if it costs me my head. The Coptic Christian Egyptian leader in New York gave me the icon of the 21 martyrs of Libya. And there you see the 20 Christians. And there you see the one brown man, African, from Chad. And they're all included now. It was their joy, their peace, and their faith that moved that man at the last moment of his life to accept their God, to accept Jesus. That's what we need, that peace and that joy. Thanks for asking.